Kid Cudi's car explodes, Cassie drops a lawsuit with serious receipts, a federal raid turns up guns, freak-off gear, and security footage like it's an Eyes Wide Shut deleted scene, and somehow Jay-Z, Beyonce, Usher, and Justin Bieber are all floating in the background like NPCs in a cutscene nobody's brave enough to click on. I would click on it for sure. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's the actual story unraveling in front of us. The Diddy trial isn't just a celebrity scandal. It might be the tip of one of the entertainment industry's dirtiest and slipperiest icebergs. Let's break it down. Welcome back to Brain Bites, the only channel that reads court filings so you don't have to, and then turns them into dark, funny, and slightly terrifying internet content. Today, we are diving deep into the trial of Sean Diddy Combs, hip-hop mogul, fashion icon, vodka shiller, and now the central figure in what prosecutors are calling a decades-long criminal operation involving sex trafficking, coercion, intimidation, and some truly bizarre parties. This is part one of our deep dive, the timeline, the allegations, the players, and how we went from bad boy for life to possible RICO indictment by fall. Let's talk about how we got here, the Cassie domino effect. Let's rewind. November 2023, Cassie Ventura, singer, model, and Diddy's former partner of over a decade, files a lawsuit. Not a PR move, not a tabloid he said, she said. We're talking graphic allegations. Repeated physical abuse, years of manipulation, being forced into drug-fueled sex acts with strangers at events Diddy allegedly called freak-offs. Being filmed without consent, threats to release sex tapes if she ever left within 24 hours. The lawsuit is settled out of court. Fast, quiet, which in Hollywood is code for, yep, that was real. And then the floodgates opened. Civil suits, federal interest, and a trial of people who suddenly want to talk, all of a sudden. Who's coming for Diddy? The Southern District of New York, the feds, Homeland Security. This is not just TMZ with a badge. By early 2024, raids begin on Diddy's mansions in LA and Miami. What did they find? Disassembled AR-15 rifles, MDMA, cocaine, dozens of hard drives, surveillance equipment, pointed at beds in multiple rooms, freak-off kits, oils, restraints, masks, cameras, the list goes on and on. You know it's bad when even the feds go, okay, what the hell is this place? The working theory? Diddy wasn't just throwing parties. He was allegedly running a full-blown blackmail and control operation. Think less Gatsby and more Epstein with beats. The freak-offs. And what do we know? Multiple victims, not just Cassie, described ritualistic sex parties. The structure? Diddy would select women, and sometimes men. Guests were flown in, allegedly drugged, and coerced. Cameras were placed strategically, phones confiscated, NDAs forced. These weren't just wild celebrity parties. They were controlled environments. Part pleasure dome, part power play, part blackmail factory. And yes, names are floating. Now enter the eerie part. Where is everyone? Diddy was the guy. Hosted Met Gala after parties, introduced artists, funded brands, partied with Jay-Z and Beyonce, Usher, Justin Bieber, French Montana, Ye, formerly Kanye. Yet, in the middle of the biggest trial of his life, total silence. Why? Some think it's fear, some think it's guilt, some say there's more guest lists being reviewed by prosecutors and those lists have names. Jay-Z's name was specifically mentioned in Yasin Binda's civil filing. Beyonce was allegedly spotted at one of Diddy's after parties in 2019. Bieber and Usher, both previously managed and mentored under Diddy during their early career. That doesn't mean they're guilty, but if these parties were happening for over a decade, how many people knew? Kid Cudi and Cassie were reportedly seeing each other. Diddy finds out. According to Kid Cudi's sworn statement and now trial testimony, his Porsche literally exploded in his driveway. The implication? This wasn't a random act of vandalism. This was a warning. Cudi never publicly addressed it until 2024. Why? Fear. And now we have the witnesses coming forward. We've got Cassie, 2023, Yasin Binda, 2024, Jane Doe, LA civil suit, 2024, former music assistants Capricorn Clark and David James, alleging coercion, violence, and surveillance. Clark claims that she personally transported tapes, cash, and drugs for Diddy, and saw the guest list system in real time. There's now a RICO case in motion. Yes, the government is reportedly building a RICO case. That's how they brought down the mob families, racketeering, racketeering, intimidation, sex trafficking. If this sticks, Diddy won't just lose money. He could lose decades of his life to federal prison. So you have to ask, is this just Diddy or a bigger industry issue? Here's where it gets messy, because when stories like this break, we often pretend it's one bad apple. But what if it's not? What if it's a tree? Diddy's parties had investors, brand sponsors, artists, stylists, agents, all moving parts, all seeing things. The real story might not be about Diddy the man. It might be about how so many people stayed quiet to keep the machine running. Also, this is not the first creepo in Hollywood to put on crazy sex things that go on for decades and decades, and then the only people that can testify to it being true just magically die or get murdered in prison or something before they can testify. The Diddy trial is far from over. It's just heating up. More people are expected to be named, more evidence could drop. This isn't just a Hollywood drama, it's a test case for how power, sex, money, and silence all intersect at the top of the entertainment food chain. And we get to watch it fall apart in real time. If you made it this far, well done. You now know more about the Diddy case than 99% of people on Instagram. What do you think? Did he act alone? Did people help cover it up? Are we about to see an industry-wide reckoning? Or another rich man moonwalk away from justice? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button if you learned something, subscribe for more unfiltered breakdowns of the stories that actually matter, and remember, in 2025, the most dangerous people aren't hiding in the shadows, they're hiding in plain sight.